surfing's it's a sport, but it's also something that is in a way therapeutic. People just love being out there in the ocean. You don't think about a lot while you're out there surfing. Some people go out there and they want to learn tricks, and others go out and just love the feeling of being at one with the ocean. But I think it's all those things. You get a crazy rush when you ride a wave, and you're also enjoying yourself when you're sitting there, taking in the scenery.
My name is Dylan King. I'm 27 years old, and I started surfing when I was about 10. When I was about 13 years old, also at Byron, just riding a wave, and these three dolphins just flew out through the wave. It's like a meter away, just like out through the wave and in, and just like playing around, and that's an awesome experience. If it's busy and it's big, your head's kind of in the game. You've got to be a bit aware, but a lot of the time you can just kind of sit out in the back and chill. So I contemplate life and the universe and everything when I'm surfing. I don't know, it's a unique experience, you can't really describe it. It's something an Australian surf label had back in the 90s, had a kind of tagline that said, "Only a surfer knows the feeling," and that kind of sums it up to me, because it's something that you don't really experience anywhere else. I mean, you can ski and board, and you can kind of get like skateboarding kind of has a similar thing, but surfing itself, like the energy of the entire ocean kind of pulling behind you, and I don't know, it's just, it's unique. It's a unique feeling.
Unique, that's the word.
Yeah, unique. At Byron, I also fractured my eye with this kook. There's a lot of learners at Byron. Nothing against learners, but sometimes they're dangerous. So yeah, this girl, I was just getting on, and I was heading right like that, and this girl in this massive male just came up in front of me and absolutely took me out. And her ball came and cracked me, and I just got out bleeding. And my girlfriend at the time was on the beach, and I was just kind of sitting there dazed, and she started sprinting into the water. I just had blood like all down the side of my face.
What's a mal? Is that just
A Malibu?
Oh,
Like just a big chunky lob. Big, like, old heavy board.
name's Ollie, I'm 31 years old and I've been surfing since I was 18. I've been surfing in UK, France, Portugal, Spain, Germany, Israel, South Africa, Sri Lanka, Australia, Fiji, Samoa, Hawaii, Peru, Ecuador, El Salvador, Costa Rica, Mexico, USA. I don't know. I think that's Canaries, Morocco. Once I broke 3 boards in 3 days surfing at Kira on the Gold Coast. Big swell hit, and I used to live up there, and it was just pounding and just pulling into the barrel and getting clipped, and then I popped up, my board was broken, and I did that three days in a row. So that was an expensive weekend.
John Curtis. I started surfing about age of 10, I suppose, to about, I've been surfing, I'd say, 40 years, I suppose. I think surfing today is totally different than when I surfed. When I used to surf in the old days, you'd be in your car looking at the beach. I could pick my mates out. That's Terry, that's Stuart, because the way they moved, the style of their way they walk up and down the board, the way they did it. Now, all people use all their hips. It's all hip work, and they all do the same thing. Like, it's very hard to tell one guy from the next because they all do the same thing. It's just all hips and turning. Where my day it was up and down. It was more, I don't know, it's more individual today. Now, in the old days than it is now. I think it's just, they all do the same thing. But they're very clever.
Everyone comes up with these terms that it's expression and it's one with Mother Nature and all this stuff, which it can be, and surely is for some people, but it's just having a good time. And that's the thing about it. When you're out in the water, you don't think about 4 hours can go by and you won't even blink. So for me, it's the funnest thing that I've ever done, and probably, I don't know if that will continue, but hopefully it will. So.
We used to dream of doing 360s on a wave, but you couldn't do that because the surfboards are 9'6". You just couldn't, and they're too heavy. You couldn't do it. And I remember my mate bought a board that was 8'6", I think, and we laughed at it because it's too short. But look at it today; they're down to real small. Technology changes, but I think the surfing style, and the old style in the 60s and 70s, with the 9'6" boards, blokes had different style. They were so fluent the way they surfed. It was great. But now it's all hip work, chased by a shark once at Redhead, outside Newcastle. We were surfing, people on the beach are waving to us, and just a bit early in the morning. And I was, what are they waving at? And they're sort of waving and pointing. I happened to look around, there was a fin about, I don't know, 100 yards away coming towards us, and we just sort of took off and hit the beach. And it's funny, then we went to another place because we said we won't stay here because the shark could come up and down all day. So we went to a place called Soldiers Point, about 20 or 30 miles down the road, and it's a point break. And we just left this shark incident, and I was the first one in the water. I jumped off the rocks. I hit the water and did about 4 or 5 paddles, and this thing jumped out of the water in front of me. And naturally my brain went to the shark when I just left, and I just sort of, for that 4 or 5 seconds, I really sort of but it was a porpoise, it was a dolphin. But when it jumped out of the water, my first reaction was, the first short boards that came from Hawaii, they were what we had. I had it was a plywood, it was, cedar ply, and it was hollow, had ribs in it, and a bung so you just full of water and you empty it out, and then they had balsa woods, which I had, balsa wood board with fiberglass on top. And then the foam boards came in, but the foam boards were, I remember the first one ever came to Bondi, a bloke called Scott Dillon made it, and it was black with specks in it, and he put it on the beach. The guy rode it, and it was very light, it was great, and he put it on the beach, and we were looking at it and talking about it, and actually it went out of shape. The sun got to it and it went out of shape, and so we had to get back to the drawing board for a while.
Capture a sunset, essence Capulet, maintaining the Romeo, called upon terror show, sunlight through trees please, blindness on its knees, blessings come in threes, bargain